Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Apex E-Series Showdown here on V-Speed. I'm Eddie Smith, and tonight we are taking on Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis. A little short track racing here in the truck series. I want to thank our sponsor, Apex Sim Racing Custom Gear, apexsimracing.com. Check them out. If you need a button box or anything for your rig, go check those bad boys out. They got something going on. Jimmy does some great work out there. Well, we're starting to close down this regular season. Just a couple races left to go. Lucas Oil and Richmond, a couple shorter tracks to set the field for the playoffs. And then it is going to be playoff racing all the way to the end until September. We set a champion. Now, the point standings not really worth showing at the moment because we've had some folks drop out. Obviously, the biggest winner all season long has been Jonathan Cofield, and he is going to be out. He is moving, I think, and his sim rig is in a box somewhere, so those 9 wins are not going to do him any favors. As Garrett Kinder, other folks up at the front, going to be able to kind of set themselves apart. The field's going to be a little bit tighter now. I think Cofield will be able to make the playoffs, but we're not really sure how much he's actually going to be able to be a part of. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. I think everybody pretty much that is listed here is going to be in the playoffs, but we'll see exactly how all that plays out. I think the playoffs are really going to make it a little bit more exciting. We'll see how that all plays out. Go take a look at the grid, see where everybody's going to start here tonight. And we'll start with your Big Leg Pole Award winner. That's going to go to Chris McClain. Going to start out front with his teammate Tracy Passons right next to him in that number 53 machine. Starting in row number 2 is going to be Josh Lokovitz with Garrett Kinder. In 5th, it's going to be Charles Stevens Jr. and Alan Smith in that 6th position. In 7th, Chuck Pegleg Phelps and Aaron Adcock in 8th. 9th, Jesse Whittington. He did disconnect. We'll see if he comes back, but Daniel Holcroft makes a return in 10th spot. In 11th, Matt Rogers with Anthony Edgerton in that 12th position. And that rounds out your Low Cash Motorsports starting grid as we get ready to go green. The field already rolling off here. And we're going to get this thing underway. 150 laps here tonight. Stage at lap 40. 75% fuel load, 4 tire sets available. And Lucas Oil, you can see a very flat track, very top dominant. Don't think we'll see a lot of folks running that bottom line. Qualifying going to be super important. Getting out front early, if you're Chris McClain or Tracy Pass, is going to be super important. As you're going to see how one lane this track really gets. You're going to see most folks up in that 3rd lane, I would imagine. That inside line, just with this flat track, makes it so difficult to make any speed there. So it's going to be a frustrating race. It's going to be tough to pass. It's going to take a lot of work to get that done. But that'll make it exciting for sure. Pace car is off. Chris McClain leads us down to the green flag. 150 laps here at IRP. Barney got the green flag in his hands. And green flag out. Good start there for McClain, but really good start there for Tracy Passons there on the outside, trying to hold on to that top spot. McClain might be able to clear him as he drives deep into the corner, going to slide up in front of the 53 of Tracy Passons. And go. So Chris McClain takes over the early lead here tonight. And starts to pull away just a little bit. An odd season for Chris McClain. Hasn't had that much participation. Been kind of spotty on what races he's been able to show up to. Cofield has just been so dominant. It's odd to see McClain not have multiple wins. Now down at the bottom, you can see Chuck Phelps here. Down on the inside of the track. He's coming out of pit road. He had a penalty from a couple weeks ago for a cleared black flag that he should not have gotten cleared. Obviously, he didn't mean to do it on purpose, which we've heard 1,000 times. But, hey, the league admin's doing what they're supposed to do, which is the rules are the same for everybody, even for somebody like Chuck. And Chuck knows he made a mistake. Oh, somebody's going down to the inside wall. It's Alan Smith. Alan Smith, that Napa Auto Parts #3 machine, got a little bit loose there. Let's go back and see what happened. Maybe we can find out what exactly happened here on the rewind. Up out of the groove a little bit. Maybe that is something. See what happened here is Aaron Adcock there behind him on board with Alan Smith here. Gonna come off the corner. Does he get loose? Yeah, he does. Just gets a little bit loose. Grabs that brake, able to get back out on the track. And no harm, no foul there for Alan Smith to gets back there on his racing surface. Gonna lose a couple spots, but too bad. Fix this right here. A little bit of fix in there. I like it. Back up front, it is still Chris McLean with Tracy Passes there running in that second spot, and Josh Okovitz has gotten this third while Garrett Kinder not having a great start. Has lost a little bit of ground, but he is running all the way up against the wall, and we're seeing exactly what is so difficult about this track is everything sort of gets single file. It's going to be difficult to pass. And an odd thing to see Garrett Kinder so behind here early. Normally he is one of those that gets going early in these races, but now under fire from Charles Stevens as they almost make contact off the wall. Charles Stevens still down to the inside as he's looking to make the move here on Garrett Kinder for fourth place. Not able to do it. You're seeing exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of the race. That outside line just so strong. You can see Charles Stevens not able to get the power down to get that thing to rotate, and it's causing him to lose all the speed off the corner. So right now, that's all that Garrett Kinder's got to do, continue to run that outside line. And right now, it looks like Charles Stevens, if he's not careful, he's going to lose that fifth spot there and act. Racing to the stage break here on lap 40. Chris McLean out to half a second. All the rest of the field, and I know he would love to finally get that win from this season. A multi-time Apex champion. Of course, Garrett Kinder here in fourth place. He is, I think, the back-to-back champion. So both these guys looking to try to make something happen here tonight, but Garrett really struggling here early, and it looks like Chris McLean is just way better than everybody else at the moment. He was almost 3/10 faster last lap. On board with Chris here as we kind of see what he's doing, do what it takes to be out front here at IRP. Just smooth, rolling back on the throttle. A little bit of cut at the end of the turns on exit. Just kind of driving in, letting the truck kind of push up in the middle, almost a diamond of the corners. You can see using that seam just a little bit on the exit. And he is laying down some fast laps. Almost every single lap. So Lane's got it figured out at the moment. Let's take a look at our webcams we've got here. Now we got Chuck Phelps, who's still that one lap down. He'll of course get that lap back once the stage comes back out. He'll be back on the lead lap. So he's got a little bit of practice here without much pressure. You have to go take that lucky dog here on this stage break. So that Chris McLean didn't go start lapping, folks. It's definitely possible at this rate. So we'll see. Chuck's going to have to pay attention to that a little bit, but we got Charles Stevens and Aaron Adcock there also. Back here in the back, we've got some nice battling going on. Chuck Phelps behind Alan Smith. Alan Smith trying to run down Tony Edgerton. Alan had that issue early in the race, got loose went down to the bottom and has not been able to recover just yet. See, like maybe Daniel Holcroft got a little bit loose there, but watching is the number 3 trying to work around the number 77 truck, see if he was able to make that pass. Drives it in a whole lot deeper. Anthony gets a nice little run from the middle off. You can see just how different the corners are. You have to drive them a little bit differently. But finding out where to pass is tough. I don't know where I don't know how you make this pass here. It's going to be interesting to see if he can do that. How he's going to make this move. Love to sneak up there to the outside. That's obviously the preferred groove. He can get up there, get that nose to that rear quarter panel. That might be all he needs, but right now kind of stuck. It looks like that's exactly what he tries to do right there. Gonna lose a little bit of time in the middle of the corner. Actually pushes up off the corner, not able to get the power down. It's Chuck Phelps down to the inside. Alan Smith going to roll the top, but not doing a great job of getting back on the throttle. And he's really struggling from middle off. I think he's might be driving a little bit too hard into the corner. And you can see Chuck Phelps able to roll the middle just so much better. He's going to go right in front of Alan Smith. So Alan doing a good job, maybe driving in a little bit too deep and not getting on the throttle as soon as he needs to get the runs off the corner. And I can tell you right now, getting the runs off the corner is never good. Well, we talked about Garrett Kinder starting to fall back a little bit here on the first part of the race, but here he comes, the 13 with a head of steam right to the inside of Josh Lokovitz. So maybe a little bit of tire saving strategy here for the 13 as he's going to go down to the inside. Josh Lokovitz not going to make it easy, but it looks like the tire differential is quite a bit different as they cross the line. Lokovitz about half a second slower than Garrett Kinder that time by. So Lokovitz must have gotten up there, burned those tires up a little bit early, so it seems like tires are going to make a big difference in this race. I think a lot of folks have different opinions on this track, and I don't think it's a very popular track, obviously, with the turnout night. It's not a fun track to show up and race. I think Chris McLean might say this is the most fun track on the service at the moment, but I don't know. It's tough to really enjoy. It's hard to race side by side. It really takes a really a lot better tires or something to make it racy. That outside line is just too strong, especially if trying to hold somebody up. You can definitely do that. So I wouldn't say this is a very popular track. But I think in real life it definitely is. It's always fun to see these guys. The trucks at Indianapolis on the big track, it just sounds awful. Just to be honest. High horsepower at Indy sounds pretty good. See Lokovitz get a little bit loose there, but to have the trucks go to a local short track, go to the IRP, I think that's a cool little thing in real life. So I like that. Gives it a little bit different flavor and puts the trucks on a track that I think they belong to. I think the trucks are really designed to run on tracks like this. And, we talked about not getting really good racing, but so far it looks pretty interesting. And Aaron Adcock gets in the wall a little bit, trying to go to the outside of Lokovitz, but Lokovitz falling apart here. I don't know if he may have gotten into the wall, got a little bit of damage, because it seems like he's well off the pace of everybody else. He's really struggling at the moment. You just see how much he's struggling there, and that guy goes right down to the inside and did not put up a fight. Well, 10 laps away from the stage. We're going to click this race off really quickly. No caution so far. A couple close calls, but with 11 trucks, I think in this level of driver, it's easy to not have that many cautions. So expecting this thing to go green all the way. We'd love to see that around here. Now at the moment, the fastest driver on the track is Garrett Kinder. About 10th faster than the two in front of him. He is about 2 seconds back from Tracy Passons and about 3.5 back from Chris McLean. So he's got a lot of work to do. He's likely not going to catch up to either one of them before it actually blinks out a little bit. He's not going to catch him before the stage, but you can see he's got a pretty good idea what he needs to do for this long run once we get past stage number 1. Now Josh Lokovitz, once a podium runner, is now under 5 from Matt Rogers, looking to take over the 6th position. And yeah, I mean, I think Lokovitz has some sort of front end damage on that right front because he is well off the pace. I'm not real sure he has burned him up that much. It just looks like there's some damage to that right front, which will pretty much make the truck drive very similar. You can see he's trying to compensate with shifting, but the shifting doesn't seem to be something that folks are doing. Let's see what McLean's doing. Yeah, he's not doing any shifting. So I don't know if maybe Lokovitz he had to make contact with the wall. I don't know. So he's so far off the pace. So he'll be glad to go down and get that fast repair and get that 79 machine back in running order. If he burned his tires up this bad, he's definitely going to have to make some changes after this stage, or that final stage is going to be very difficult for him. So he's got to figure out what he did wrong, try to rectify that here in the next 5 laps. Right now, McLean's still out front. Starting to lose just a little bit here on Tracy. Tracy starting to roll him back in. I don't know. I don't know if that's a saying. I don't know if that's something that you say. I don't know. But he's doing it. I think Tracy could possibly get to him, but he's definitely not going to pass him at this point. So let's see if McLean can bring it back home. Got a nice little battle starting to brew here for 4th and 5th. Aaron Adcock running up on the back bumper of the 84. They both got around Lokovitz. Kind of been running nose to tail for just a little while. Aaron there driving deep into the corner, trying to make up a little bit of time on entry, but you can see Charles taking a little bit shallower entry, allows him to roll the center more and continue to kind of roll on through the exit. But Aaron's trying everything he can to make up some time. That's a good roll through the exit of 1 and 2 there. It's right to the back bumper of Charles Stevens here at the end of this stage, but Chris McLean comes around. He will cross the line, and he will take stage number 1, but Tracy Passon is able to get within half a second. Here's a come off the corner. Stage caution should be thrown. There it is right there. And Chris McLean takes stage 1, the one and only stage in this race, and now we move on to the final run. We'll get some pit stops, 4 tires and fuel for these guys to get back out there, and then we're going to see who has the long run speed as they go immediately down into the access road and make their pit stop. The way that caution came out, it was kind of stunk for a few guys. The top 3 were able to come down pit road really quickly, and not everybody was able to get caught up by the time pit road opened. So these guys will be able to come out probably 1, 2, 3 as long as they don't have any damage or any kind of major issue. And Chuck Phelps will get the lucky dog. He'll go on around and get himself back on the lead lap. Now he can start moving forward and try to get up through the field if he can. Battle off pit road. McLean takes it. Looks like Tracy Passons barely comes out ahead of Garrett Kinder. So they'll hold on 1, 2, 3 on on this restart. While we're into this caution, I want to thank our sponsor again, Apex Sim Racing, for their sponsorship of this series. They've been around for a long time, since the beginning of Apex, and we definitely appreciate them. And if you're looking for any kind of high quality products, definitely go check them out. They are one of the best when it comes to sim rig equipment and all kinds of accessories to go along with everything that you got going on. Make your rig a little bit nicer, a little bit more high tech. Go check them out. We're getting reset here. We'll have a couple more laps under caution, and we'll get this thing back rolling, as we'll have just over 100 laps to go in this race. And I think we're going to see some nice long runs here, and we're going to find out who has the speed. We saw Garrett Kinder and Tracy Patterson start to run down McLean at the end of that run. So I wonder if that's going to continue, or if McLean's going to make some adjustments here on this start to try to stop that from happening. Or does he continue to do what he did and just hope that, hey, I don't think they can pass me, even if they catch me, and just try to hold on to that high line in that position. Going to be interesting to see for sure is should take the one to go right here. It looks like Chuck Phelps went a lap down. He unfortunate, but he instead of him going around and catching up to the field, he comes down pit road immediately, and the field comes around and passes him. So now Chuck is back down a lap down after getting the lucky dog. So tough deal for Chuck. He's going to need a caution to get back into this thing. Into the Geico restart zone for Tracy Passons and Chris McLean. McLean gets a great jump. Passons not able to get that thing going, and I think Garrett Kinder smells blood in the water. Would love to try to get that second position away from Tracy, but Tracy's not having it. He's going to fight back on the outside. We'll see how hard Garrett fights here to try to get that spot. I just don't know that the inside is going to work at this point. It's not. Tracy Passon's huge run off the corner, able to hold on to that second spot. Here comes Aaron Adcock. Moved up quite a few spots. Started 8th, been up in 4th now. He is, I don't even know what I'm saying. This Mississippi Heat wearing me out, but Aaron been able to. As Tracy Bass has got all kinds of loose there, but Aaron's been one of the only few drivers besides Matt Rogers been able to make up some ground. As Josh Lopez continues to have issues here as he drops a little bit there on this restart, continues to lose spots. So I'm not real sure what's going on with Lokovic. I don't know if I don't know. He fired off pretty quick in that first run, but has really been struggling here. So back on there, and he has been able to make up some spots. He got around Charles Stevens on that. I don't know if he got to the end of the stage or if he passed him on pit road, but able to get that 4th spot. It's like Alan Smith has spun it around here on track. Alan Smith struggling here tonight. This track is wearing him out. Cold tires is going to get you every time if you're not careful, and he gets a little bit loose off the corner. Let's see if we can go back and find out what happened. In Department Wrench wreckage. Rewind up into the wall. Gasses it up to try to keep it off that wall. Lokovic barely misses him. Spins in front of Anthony Anderson. Locks him down. No caution. And we stay green, but Alan Smith going to be some 15 seconds back. And, Chuck Fake Phelps, he's not going to be happy about that because he does not want to see Allen go a lap down. Chuck going to have to really get going here. If Allen gets put a lap down, he will become the lucky dog recipient if we do get a caution. I think Chris McLean kind of felt like he was kind of hurting on that long run. Obviously, at 40 laps, he doesn't have to worry too much about a long run. So just getting out there quickly, getting a big gap, getting that stage win was super important. But right now, I can't tell if Tracy is picking up the pace or if Chris has kind of slowed his pace down a little bit to save those tires, because Tracy passed all over his bumper. As they go down the backstretch, and McLean actually gets a little piece of that wall as they go down to the three. Nice little battle here for the lead. Tracy trying to figure out a way to get around him. I think McLean going to just continue to run that top line and just dare Tracy passes to pass him on the bottom. Oh, and Alan Smith again into the outside wall. And Chuck able to get around him. No caution, but, man, Alan Smith's struggling. He is going to have some damage. Probably going to have to come down pit road and get that thing fixed up. That right front's kind of sticking out of that truck. He is not having a good time at all. I don't see too many people dealing with handling issues, so I don't know exactly what is going on. Maybe we can go back and find out what happened to it. Tried running down on the low side. I don't know. Oh, man. Hits a bump off the corner, maybe. I don't know. Goodness, what's going on here? Lokovitz almost makes contact again. Let's see what's going on with Alan Smith here. I have no idea. I'm not real sure what happened. I'll try to go back and analyze this just a little bit, and then we'll get back to the battle for the lead. But maybe it just got a little bit loose there and tried to correct it, and then, yeah, just sent it on around. So Alan's been not having a good time here tonight. Tracy Bassett continues to try to put some pressure here on McLean. And Garrett Kendra has now joined the fight here on lap 60 of 150. These laps are clicking off quickly and passes down to the inside as McLean did not have a good exit. Tracy tries the slide job but could not do it, but he's going to have the position off the corner. McLean showing a little bit of weakness here in this first part of this stage. How much is he saving? How much is he fighting? Was that a mistake, or is it all by design? We're going to find out sooner or later, but Tracy Bassett goes out front here in that 53 Haviland Ford F-150. Now you got two Fords out front, three Fords out front. I think Aaron Adcock's also a Ford, so a Ford heavy top four here. Playing back down to the inside, looking to take that lead back over. Tracy fighting hard, though. Back on the outside, as I thought McLean was going to overcorrect into the 53, but able to keep it straight. McLean drives it deep into the corner, really trying to take over that lead. Does not want to give up that top spot. As the tires start to wear, it'll be impossible to pass. So McLean going to push it down into the corner. Bassett's not able to get the thing back rolling, and McLean will take back this top spot. McLean blinks out a little bit. Already had one driver drop out due to the packet losses. Chris McLean gets really loose. He goes down to the inside, and he will fall all the way back to fourth spot. As, man, he got really, really squirrely off that corner. Great save there out of him. Let's go back and check that out. Out front here, had just gotten the lead. Maybe put a little bit too much pressure on that right rear, got it a little bit too hot, and boy, it did not want to grip up there, and he almost loses it completely. So now I'm gonna have to get back moving forward, and looks like maybe the track might be changing just a little bit, or I'm not real sure. We'll take a look at the weather here, and I mean the track's 88 degrees, so it's definitely gripped up. As we close into halfway, man, we've got a great battle for first and second, now third and fourth. As now here comes Chris McLean trying to make up for his mistake, and looks down to the inside of the 17. We'll see if the 17 can hold him off. McLean has been one of the few drivers I've seen to be able to pull that inside line off, and he's going to slide it right up in front of Aaron Adcock and take that third spot back, and now set his sights on the lead, which is now between Garrett Kinder and Tracy Passons. Garrett struggled there early, and man, it sure does look like everybody's kind of squirrely. I wonder what folks were having trouble with, and it seems like maybe everybody just struggling with the grip off the corner. And there it is. Caution does come out. Who is it for? Like Josh Lokovitz may have had some sort of incident. Go back and see if we can find out what happened. Yeah, just gets loose off of 4. And that's becoming a pretty common theme right here. He does a little 360, drives away, and caution comes out. And I'll tell you what, that's really good for Chuck Pegleg Phelps, who's able to get that lucky dog yet again. And we'll see if he gets caught up to the field. He's going to have to go around. And I'm not really sure what he can do to try to fix that issue, but he's going to get the lucky dog here, and I think he needs to go around and get caught up to the field. His lucky dog, he doesn't have to wait for one to go like waiver rounds do, so he can actually get caught up to the field. Yeah, I don't know why he keeps going down pit road. Oh yeah, he does it this time. So he does the right thing this time. Mistake, rectify. That's what he did last time. He went down pit road immediately there. And this time he's going to go all the way around and get caught up and then come back down pit road. So he's doing exactly, I think, what he needs to do. Now, Alan Smith won't be able to do that. He's going to lose another lap as he comes down pit road. So he makes the same mistake that Chuck makes. He's not able to come down pit road and get that pit stop done the right way. So Chuck now coming down pit road, so he will be on the lead lap as see the pace car coming through turn 2 now. So he'll have plenty of time to come get 4 tires, fuel, get out there. So yeah, Chuck just came down early last time, so but got that caution, got what he needed. Now he's going to get back out on the track, see him drop the jacks, and he's going to get back rolling. Alan Smith, though, unfortunately, comes down pit road. He'll stay a lap down. He'll have to hope for that lucky dog do the same thing that Chuck just did. But Chuck, after 72 laps, halfway through the race, he's back on the lead lap, and he'll try to get inside the top 5. That 75 machine rolling here. Still got a couple laps under this caution, and we will get the one to go likely right here. Lights starting to come on here at Indy Raceway Park. To change how these trucks handle, and honestly, at the speed, the 4-time speed that we have on the surface is definitely going to get completely dark by the time we finish this thing. So full transition from afternoon to dark in this race. Pace car pulls off the track. Derek Kinder with the lead, or Tracy Bassett with the lead, I believe. Unless I wasn't paying attention during the pit cycle, which is possible. Let's see who's got it. Looks like Garrett Kinder did get the lead on that pit stop, so he was able to take over the top spot. I was wondering what happened to Garrett Kinder. Ain't nothing happened. He still got it. Every single week he brings the heat. Tonight he's going to have the lead at halfway. It's a battle for second. These two have been battling all race long. Lane out, able to get out front early. Oh, and he's going to drive it into the corner. Makes a little bit of contact with Tracy Bassett. They almost cleared each other out. Cold tires. Got to give him a couple laps. McLean trying to get too much too early, and it's going to bite him there as Matt Rogers maybe makes a little evasive action, trying to make it 3 wide a little bit. Hits the wall there, so he's going to have a little bit of right front damage. But guys trying all kinds of wild moves here on this restart to get some track position, but McLean going to be yet again in another hole. And that right front not happy. You see him come off the corner, get it sideways. Josh Okovitz drives it into the wall. What's going on out there, boys? What the heck is going on? Guys are spinning out, hitting the wall. Everything looked good early in this race, and now all of a sudden it seems like the trucks are not handling well. So these track changes affecting the handling of these trucks. And right now, I mean, gosh, Chris McLean has that right rear has got to be come near 262 degrees. He's going to have to let that thing cool off for just a little while. Still plenty of time left in this race. No reason to rush too much. Save those tires if you want to have a shot at this victory at this point. He is in danger of be in danger of burning those tires up before you even get back up towards the front. Speaking of, Tracy Bassett's all over the back bumper at Garrett Kinder. Able to take back over fourth position from Charles Stevens Jr. We stay here on this battle as Tracy Bassett's not necessarily trying to make a move at the moment, just riding behind the 13, falling about half a lane lower to get a run through the middle here, but it's not going to be enough. Garrett's going to be able to get the power down on that outside line. But just searching around, trying to find a little bit extra grip. And I do like this line. You can follow the 13 into the corner if you want to, but if the 13 does get loose or gets into the wall on entry in the middle, if you're half a lane down, you're able to kind of avoid him. So I like this line from Tracy. Gives him the opportunity to to let the 13 make a mistake, give him a shot, get some clean air on that nose. We can get around him. It's just going to be difficult. Right now, it's been just mistakes that cause folks to lose the lead. So if you're the 13 of Garrett Kinder, you just don't want to make those mistakes. When the tires under you, under the rear, and you run that top line, that's really all you got to do, it seems like. So easier said than done for sure. They continue to be nose to tail for first and second. Aaron Adcock about 0.6 of a second back. He is closing in just ever so slightly. He'll be a little bit faster some laps, and then he'll be a little bit slower, but not letting these guys get away. If they do get side by side and start battling, he will be able to take advantage of it, but McLean is running him down. McLean fastest truck on the track right now. He ain't playing around. He knows he's got to go get back up to the front before these tires start to get cooked. McLean a little bit more contact with the wall there. really pushing this truck to the limit. It's a run here down the straightaway. Going to try to drive it into the corner. Don't know if he'll be able to make that move work. Can he make it stick on the bottom? No, he can't. So he did get a nice run there, just not able to do anything with it. There's 17 laps into this run. And he's going to look down to the inside again. Just not there at the moment. That outside line just too strong. He's been able to make those passes early in the runs, but right now it looks like it is incredibly difficult to make that line work, as Tracy and Chris kind of hanging out behind these fellas. Go back a little bit here. We got a nice battle, a little four-way battle between Lokovitz, Rogers, Holcroft, and Chuck Phelps, who has been a lap down twice, is now running in ninth. And looking at the back of this little group right here. Take a little onboard shot here with Chuck. He's trying to figure out a way to get around this little group right here. If he can gain these spots and get all the way up to 6 in one fell swoop. Right in front of him, Matt Rogers to the inside of Josh Lokovitz. Man, Lokovitz just has not had a great run after about 20 laps in the start of this race. He started up front, and it has just been a nightmare ever since. So not real sure what's going on with him, but he is definitely struggling. We do have a battle up here for the third position. Is McLean now back to the inside, trying to make something happen here. He's going to slide up in front of the 17. They make contact. He ain't clear. He's trying to clear himself, hoping that Aaron might lift a little bit, but Aaron ain't doing it. He's going to use that advantage of the high side and try to keep that 5 behind him. But McLean doing a great job there on the bottom. Just not able to do anything with the 17 at the moment. They continue to run side by side. The 17, though, not gaining it all back on the top side like you would think. But McLean just kind of chipping away as, they come off the corner. McLean really pushes the exit and has to check up. And going to have to fall back in line here in 4th position. Tracy Bassett still a couple tenths back from Garrett Kinder. Question we do have, I don't know the fuel run, but it'll be interesting to know if they need to come down pit road, if they got enough fuel. With 75% fuel, I would imagine they're going to have to make the green flag stop. Right now, they're going to be close to need to run about 80 some odd laps on fuel. So I don't know. At 75% fuel, I don't know. I think maybe at 100% they definitely could, but at 75%, I'm not sure. Up front, Garrett Kinder, saw him get a little tail happy off the corner, so maybe Tracy's starting to put some extra pressure on him. Tracy looks down to the inside, not going to be quite enough to make that pass there, but just letting him know, hey, I'm here. Not let Garrett Kinder focus completely on hitting that high line, make him always be looking in the rearview mirror, hear the spotter call, just stuff to distract you a little bit. With these tracks like this, you have to come up with creative ways. I mean, yeah, he can go up there and just dump him if he wants to, but that's not fun. Who wants to do that? Oh, Garrett Kinder does get a little bit loose there. I thought Tracy might be able to get a run, but not quite able to do it. But right now, if you're Tracy, all you can really do is do those things. Keep kind of poking in and out of his mirror. Drive it into the corner, slide up close to him. It'll make him nervous a little bit. Make the mirror full. Get his spotter to be making all kinds of calls, inside clear, inside clear, inside clear. All that kind of stuff just aggravates that guy to the point where he makes a mistake. Now, Garrett, going to be a tough one to aggravate, but if you're Tracy, that's really all you can do at this moment. Keep putting the pressure on him, hope he makes a mistake. Crossing over lap 100 now, just 50 laps to go in this race. We're clicking off these laps really quickly now that we're under green. Like I said, the big question is, can they make it on fuel? That they have to make 80 laps on fuel. It's going to be pretty close. You definitely do not want to. Definitely don't want to pit for tires if you don't need fuel. The fall off is just about 0.8 of a second. Maybe you might get to a second of fall off over a long run, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. But we'll see what these guys do. If they can make it on fuel, I think we're going to run it all the way out. If you do pit here, you're talking at least 2 laps you're going to go down, and you're going to have to hope that it cycles out. So if you do pit early, try a little short pit. I think that's what a scary proposition that is. Even though only 11 drivers, we've seen it's very possible to have a caution. I do not want to pit early and find myself a couple laps down. And we're seeing why IRP is not folks' favorite track, and this is why it's so difficult to make any ground up. It's just running the top, making sure you don't make any mistakes, and nobody can pass. And we've seen some folks make some passes, but right now it's just these two little battles here up front and not been able to do anything with it. Now, back here, we do have Chuck Phelps making a move here on Matt Rogers. Chuck going to drive down to the inside, trying to take over that 8th spot. Chuck going to do it, slide up in front of the 96, and he'll take over 8th. Everything kind of holding steady up front. No real change. Athens has started to fall back just a little bit. Chris McLean still putting pressure on Aaron Adcock, but not been able to make that move just yet. As we're close to about 40 laps to go. Eric Ender starting to sail away up front. Well, it's a great time to talk about these. Well, heck, man, it's been awesome meeting the guys over at V-Speed. It's been awesome being a part of what they got going on. Such a cool community, guys who really care about what we do. Broadcasting is something that I don't think any of us wanted or decided to do just on a whim. I don't think we were expecting that to be something that we do. It just fell in our laps, and it's been a lot of fun to work together and really put on some really awesome shows. V-Speed does a lot of cool things. So if you're not subscribed, please go over there and subscribe and tell your friends and family about it. We also have a V-Speed Invitational coming up. Just a few short weeks. So that'd be really cool. Actually get you this real quick as we're getting to watch the battle. See if Chris McLean can make something happen. You see Tony Edgerton going a lap down, and Alan Smith now loses that lucky dog spot. McLean now falls back, not quite able to keep up with 3rd place Aaron Adcock, and it's going to need a little bit of help here to get back to the front. Here's that V-Speed Invitational, and if you're interested, just let us know. I don't really know how to sign up, I'll be honest. Somebody messaged me asking me if we had let our leagues know, and I don't really know how to sign up. So I'm not real sure. I guess I'll shoot you a link over to V-Speed Discord, and if something that you want to do, it's July 26th, 27th. You can see Auto Club, Lime Rock, Richmond, and Chicagoland. An odd group of tracks for sure. Lime Rock should be pretty wild. No runoff areas, just a lot of grass, a lot of place to slip and slide. So Lime Rock should be crazy. But a $15 entry, $1,100 total purse for that. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely let me know. I'll try to get you connected with somebody and get you signed up. Could be a little fun, a little event. That's something that you're interested in. But this little event still rolls on. Everything kind of spread out now. The only racing that's close, top four, pretty close, separated by about 2.5 seconds, but evenly spaced out. This battle for 8th is still kind of continues on as they kind of slinky back and forth, sort of rubber band effect. As Chuck makes a small mistake, Matt Rogers gets up to him, and then Matt makes a small mistake, he falls back. So it just kind of goes back and forth between these two, but Alan Smith there, he is. Needs to keep pace with this back part of the field, and if they can get around to Anthony Edgerton, he could take that lucky dog spot back and be in that position if we do get a caution, because if not, he'll have to take a wave around, and we'd have to hope for another quick caution after that. So we'll see. But pit stop starting, it looks like maybe. Lokovitz and Tony Edgerton have come down pit road to make a stop. Both those drivers really struggling right now, and they both use a fast repair, so I think of the damage on Lokovitz was absolutely right. He must have had some sort of issues. So they're going to come down pit road, so maybe they cannot make it on fuel the whole way. We'll see what the leaders do here as Matt Rogers now going back around Chuck Phelps. This battle continues to rage on as they're going to go by Lokovitz as Matt Rogers gasses it up, gets to the outside of Chuck, and now Matt Rogers is going to take that spot back. Up front, Garrett Cater still leads the way. As you see, Lokovitz gets one of his 2 laps back on the track, and those new tires about 0.7 of a second faster than what these guys are running on right now, which are 50 laps old. So, oh, and Lokovitz goes around. He spins out right at the start-finish line. And trying to make up that time is rough. Yeah, his tough race has gotten even worse as he spins it out, and he was trying to get caught back up to get that lucky dog position, and unfortunately, he will go around. He was 2 laps down. He just got that 1 lap back, and unfortunately, he will be multiple laps down. Tony Edgerton will get caught a couple laps down as well. So frustrating race, but Alan Smith will get the lucky dog. We'll see if he knows to go around the track and not come in too early once he does go around the pace car so he can get back on the lead lap. We'll see if he learned from Chuck Phelps' mistake. But right now, everybody coming down pit road, 4 tires and fuel. This makes the pit road strategy a whole lot easier. Nobody has to worry about when they're coming down pit road. 4 tires and fuel. For Garrett Kenders, he comes out with the lead. Everybody will kind of follow suit, exit exactly where they came in. Alan Smith going around with that lucky dog. Then he will come down pit road, it looks like. So I think he, like I said, I think he might have seen what happened there with Chuck Phelps. Comes down pit road. It's going to be close, actually. Didn't get completely caught up to the field. See, they're going down the backstretch now, so it's going to be close. I think if you get the lucky dog, it's so hard to remember and think about that because the pits do close at some point. But Alan Smith now on pit road. He's going to have to go. As you can see, there's the pace car right there. He's still sitting on pit road. Gonna try to beat that pace car out if you can. Pace car crosses the start finish line. There's Alan Smith exiting pit road. So he will beat the pace car out and get back on the lead lap, but very close. It's almost like you have to go and catch up to the field, then go down pit road if you can. He flirted with that yellow line a little bit there. He might get an unsafe pit exit there, but back on lead lap for the number 3. And the race just continues to get worse here for Josh Logan. Now, started in 3rd spot, now 2 laps down after bringing out that caution there. But 25 laps to go in this race, and Garrett Kinder still with the lead. But now everybody on equal tires, and it is going to be a dogfight up here. What we've seen already is the first couple laps are a little bit nervous on tires, especially if you're down on the inside trying to make moves. Got to let those tires get up to temperature. Patience is so hard to find, especially with less than 25 laps to go, but you're going to have to let those tires get up to temp a little bit. They will not grip off the corner. Once those couple laps get put in the books and you get the tires up to temp, then you can start pushing. We'll see who can make it work. Garrett Kinder's going to have the lead. Should have control of the restart. He just needs to get away, get up to the top side, and just back it down. Take the finish. Pace car is in. Barney with the green flag in his hand. Green flag is out. Garrett Kinder with a great jump. Going to pull up in front of Tracy Passes, and now the battle is on. 3rd and 4th is Chris McLean trying to get up to the outside, not quite able to do it. He's going to look down to the inside. Doesn't have the run that he needs. Going to dive it down to the bottom. Try to use those new tires, but just not enough grip at the moment to make that work. Not able to get any kind of ground in the middle of the corner. Going to have to wait, get a run off the top side and try to make the pass at the 17. Oh, the 17 gets a little bit loose there, and Chris McLean gets into the wall. But gets to the outside. Does he have any damage, or is he able to get that thing rolling? And he does. So that one mistake, cold tires, bites. Oh, as Matt Rogers goes around. Caution, back out on the speedway. I tried to warn them, but they don't listen to me. Those cold tires. You got all these cars in front of you. It's so tempting to get that throttle a little bit too soon. Alan Smith barely misses. Anthony Anderson does a great job avoiding that. And Matt Rogers really was sort of a half spin, able to get that thing back rolling. Josh Lokovitz happy to see that. He will get the lucky dog. He'll go around the track one time. He'll need another caution to get back on the lead lap, but will be eligible for 2 lucky dogs in a row. So a couple more cautions, or another caution, Lokovitz will be back on the lead lap. Well, what's going on back here? Tracy Passes having some issues or something. I don't know. But I'll back up front here. Go back and see what happened. Tracy slowed down just a little bit. Maybe fixing his wheel or something. Don't know, but able to get that thing. Back row, we'll see any pit stops here. I don't think you pit at all from here on out. As look, there goes around. Get one of his 2 laps back. Well, I can tell you, with less than 20 laps to go, the one place I'd want to be is in the lead. And Garrett Kinder is going to have it. Going to have control of the restart. Just needs to get out front. And I think he's got the thing in the bag. I just don't know. Unless something just wild happens. Wild move that takes him out. I just don't think that anybody's going to have anything for that 13. He's been really strong. After about 40 laps, after that first stage, he came alive, and he has been the man to beat. All right, should get the 1 to green here. Lights still on the pace car. As gotta give time for lap down cars, all that kind of stuff to be cycled through. Once we get this thing back going, only 15 laps to go. Getting ready to go green. 15 laps to go in this race. Who's going to get it done? These guys, these Po-Man Motorsports have been really fast here tonight. Who can get it done? Is it going to be Garrett Kinder, who started in the 4th position? Tracy Passons, who's still looking for a win. Aaron Adcock, Chris McLean, both looking for their first win. So everybody for Garrett Kinder up there's got a goose egg in the win column, so they're going to be hungry for these wins. McLean going to make a quick move, trying to get down to the inside and do a little dirt tracking slide job to get that 2nd position, but not able to clear him there. He's going to try again, but the 53 also knows it's coming, drives it deep into the corner as well. McLean still trying, but the 53 with the run off the top side, able to get it done. Now the 5 goes up to the top to try to block the 17 from getting his run. Here comes the 5 back as the 53 gets a little bit loose. Here comes McLean down to the inside again. Going to try that slide job. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but the 53 also sliding around here on the corner. Garrett Kinder loving this. This is perfect for him. He's able to pull away. The 5 going to drive it deep in the corner. He does it. Slide job complete on the 53. Now he has that. Oh, Charles Stevens goes around. Charles Stevens goes around and caution back out on the track. Go back and see what happened to Charles as we saw him go around. Couldn't quite see what happened. Got Daniel Holcroft right behind him. It looks like he might have made contact there with Aaron Adcock. Let's go on board. On board Charles Stevens here on the B-Speed replay. It's a run on the 17 here. Drives it down into the corner. It's a run through the middle of the corner. And they make a little bit of contact there. It's hard to say. Hard to say what exactly happened there. Everybody's racing really hard, obviously, and I think the 17, honestly, the 17 kind of coming down, trying to diamond the corner, and Charles Stevens trying to keep that from happening. Just a sort of a racing deal there, but I think Charles got the worst end of it as 17 comes across his front end, just kind of knocks him down to the inside. But they'll get doubled up. For yet another restart. Alan Smith back up into the 6th position after having a pretty nightmarish first part of the race with 10 laps to go. He's got an opportunity for a top 5. Daniel Holcroft also in second, or in the number 2. He's in 5th place. So some good finishes for some guys here in this race. Playing getting that 2nd spot, I think, was a big deal. We'll see if Tracy Passons has the ability to do that slide job like he did get that second spot back. But Garrett Kinder just under 9 laps to go now. You see Josh Lokovitz coming out of pit road after pitting there. He's going to have fresh tires. He's going to be the lucky dog. See if he can gain some spots, able to get both of those laps back here with just a few laps to go. Been another fun race here at Apex. I tell you, it's all about the drivers. One thing I love about the Apex is that it's sort of a family atmosphere. You know, everybody, it's a pretty laid-back league, not ultra competitive. Everybody races hard, but has a good time, likes to joke around. Really can't beat that kind of atmosphere. When it comes down to 8 laps to go in a race, got to race their guts out. That's what we're going to see here. Who's going to make the first mistake? Is it going to be Garrett Kinder? He's been lights out this whole final stage. Lane has been fighting back after a couple mistakes. He's probably the best driver in stage number 1 for sure. Let's see what they can do here. Garrett Kinder coming off the third 4. Going to be 7 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Garrett Kinder going to have control of the restart. Gets a great jump. Going to pull Tracy Passon, so that's going to be the race. The 5, though, drives it deep into the corner. Trying to maintain that outside. Does not want to give that spot back up. And Tracy able to make that move with the 5. Going to drive deep into the corner. Overdrives it. And he is going to get sideways, make contact, able to hang on to it, but he is falling through the track, though. As they go 3 wide, they make contact. Chuck, oh my goodness, all kinds of stuff going on as guys pulling sliders all over the place. Lokovitz with those fresh tires trying to make something happen, but they're going to be 3 wide back here. They're still making contact as Lokovitz make contact with the, oh, and there it is. Race-ending damage for the 79. No caution comes out, though. As you can see, just finally got both those laps back, and his race is done. You see the puff of smoke out of that machine. That his race is done. Playing back in 9th position after that contact with Tracy Passon. So now it is a battle between 2 of these guys. We have yet to see Tracy make a successful pass on the 13. Can he get it done here? He's just got 5 laps to go to do it. Lokovitz down on pit road, but no doubt about it, he is done for. Already used that fast repair. Tracy giving it all he's got. You can see he gets loose, making a little bit of contact with the wall. Going to continue to drive deep into the corner. How bad does he want that win? Still looking for win number 1 for this season. Garrett Kinder looking for win number 2. Ofield been kind of eating up all the wins, and now the possibility of getting one has now gone through the roof. Ofield said he will be back for the playoffs, so that'll be good to see if he can get 10 wins or more in the season. But right now, it's all about Tracy Passon's Garrett Kinder. Tracy doing everything he can. I think he's trying to cut the exit just a little bit too much. He needs to work that outside, get a run on the 13, but he's just attacking. You see how he's attacking the entry and going down to that apron. It's causing him to get loose. He's losing the run, but white flag has been thrown through 3 and 4. I don't think Tracy's got anything for him. The 13 comes off of turn number 4. Garrett Kinder is going to win here at IRP. See the fireworks going off on the track. What the heck is this? There they are, fireworks going off as Garrett Kinder able to take the win. Tracy Passon comes home in second. Aaron Acknock rounds out your top 3. Garrett do a little bit of burnouts. While he's doing that, let's take a look at your results. See where everybody finished. Daniel Holcroft makes his return here at Apex, finishes in the 4th spot. Charles Stevens, after that little issue there towards the end, able to bounce back and get a top 5. Alan Smith recovered from being a lap down, multiple incidents, took his fast repair, and came away with a 6th spot. Matt Rogers in 7th. Chuck Phelps in 8th. Chris McLean up there battling all race long, going to come home in 9th. And Anthony Anderson in 10th. And rounding out the rear of your field is going to be Josh Lokovitz, who just got back on lead lap and then had that contact with Anthony Anderson. Goes around, motor blown. He is done for the night. Well, let's get these interviews going. I want to talk to these guys and get this going. So we'll get Garrett up into the booth. Let's talk to Garrett Kinder, your winner here tonight. Garrett, this is Eddie. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Eddie?
Man, well, hey, it's good to talk to you, man. Hope everything's going good for you. And I tell you what a way to cap off a Thursday night is a win here at Indy Raceway Park, under the lights. Got the win, led 79 laps after starting in the 4th position. Man, congratulations. Talk to me about your race there.
Yeah, I've been fighting. My VR's been jumping around a lot, so it was quite interesting. Honestly, got to thank the pit crew. Got me the lead, and then I just never lost it. So big shout out to the guys that are working behind the wall. Man, it was fun up there. It was a pole man just dominated race. It kind of seemed like it was me and Tracy and Chris and Aaron just kind of having fun with it, trying to play chess, and it was a good time. So really enjoyed those guys. Truck was fun, a little loose here and there, a little tight here and there, but that's pretty common for these kind of flatter, short tracks, wide radius turns. So a lot of fun. I was really good on worn tires. Everybody was pretty even, but I feel like whenever the tires got pretty worn on that long run, that I was able to pull a little bit of a gap. I was hunting that whole run, just looking for different lines to run, and finally found one that worked and got a little bit of a gap. But yeah, a lot of fun.
What happened on that first stage? We know that those top few kind of pulled away there, and you kind of fell back, and then started running them down at the end. Were you just trying to get a feel for the truck and the setup? What was happening there that caused you to lose so much time, and then you found it and gained it all back?
Yeah, I think I was really babying it into the corners too much, trying to save the fronts. After I kind of started diving it off in there a little bit more, and then letting it wash in the middle a little bit, about half a lane, maybe a full lane, and then driving off, really picked up the pace. So just learning kind of how to drive the trucks. Used to you just wrap the wall and go, and that's how you used to race this place last time I raced here. So I didn't get much practice. So that first stage was kind of just a learning process for me.
Well, you were running them down at the end of that stage, had quite gotten it figured out, and then there after that stage, man, you came out head hunting, able to get the lead, and you led 79 laps in the race in the route to the victory. So congratulations, man. I don't have anything to say. Y'all put on a pretty good show and able to get the win. Who do you have to thank here tonight?
Of course, got to thank you up in the booth, B Speed. Y'all guys put on a great broadcast. Thank my wonderful wife for letting me come hang out with y'all and run these races. It's always a good time on a Thursday night. Kinder Farm and Ranch Ratchet Speed Shop, of course, since day one, they've been with me, and man, it's always fun just kind of getting to talk to them about the races and kind of what's going on with it. Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else, check out Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com. Ray Page and Andy over at Wolfpack Racing. Just some good guys in the industry to know. All my teammates over here at Poman Motorsports, we had a good time with it. Chuck had a penalty and just kind of short track. It's kind of hard to recover from a penalty coming into the race. So shout out to everybody that makes this league tick off. Everybody at the Apex Sim Racing Gear. Jimmy's great people. So if y'all need any sim racing gear, make sure you go check them out. All people keep the lights on. I think Kyle Roberts Custom Leather, Kinder Farm and Ranch. Man, there's a laundry list of them. I can't name them all, but like I said, thank you up in the booth, and look forward to going back and watching this.
All right, there you have it. Your winner here tonight, Garrett Kinder, gets win number 2 on the season, and does it in style. But we got second place finisher Tracy Patson's in the booth already. Tracy, Man, you got so close. You were there right behind Garrett that whole like final stint. You had some great battles with Chris McClain and kind of uh, rode behind Garrett for a while, just struggling to find a way around him.
I don't think there's no way around him. Come on, big dog. I done all I could do, Eddie. That thing was loose, and I'd try to push it a little bit, and I'd go in there too hot and mess up, and then we got the battle in there at the end with Chris and all that. Just done all I could do. Just proud to have a good finish tonight.
Well, and you did have it. You led 11 laps, and you were up there battling all race long. It just seemed like just needed that little bit of extra, maybe a little bit of luck. Garrett just wouldn't mess up, dadgummit. And
That's right.
because I tell you what, if he would have slipped one time, you would have been all over him and maybe gotten that lead and maybe for good. But it seemed like you had a lot of speed out there. You and Chris McClain kind of throwing sliders at each other. How much fun is that out there to race
Oh,
with teammates like
that
that?
was that was fun. I mean, it was fun. We just had a good time out there doing that. I'm just glad that none of us slid too far. Come on.
Yeah. Well, hey, second place, pretty good for Mr. Passons, and dadgummit if you didn't have a good run here tonight. It seemed like that 53 was on rails, and man, so congratulations on that. Who you got to thank?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you for doing the broadcast. You do a good job every time, and enjoyed racing and you broadcasting, and Jimmy over at Apex, and pole ward by Chuck and Low Cash and Kinder and all my teammates. I'm gonna have to get on there about giving Kinder a harder motor because I felt like he pulled on me down the straightaway a little bit. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you might he might be getting the number one motor. You might be getting number two. You got to fix that.
Yeah, we're gonna do something about that.
All right, Tracy. Congratulations on second place.
All right, you know what we got to do, don't you?
All right, we'll see you
Bye
later.
bye.
Bye bye. Well, there you have it. I can't get him out of the chat. There he goes. And we'll bring in the boss man himself, Aaron Adcock. Comes home in the third position. Aaron, this is Eddie in the booth. Got a copy?
Got a copy on you, brother.
Man, it's always good to get an interview. It's a sign that your night went really well. Chris McClain having some trouble there. But you were battling. You got up. You were one of the few drivers able to make up spots early. You started back in eighth and just able to work your way up about 4 spots there in the early part of that race and kind of hung around there trying to get inside the top 3. You finally got there. You and Chris McClain battling it out. And he had some trouble with Tracy, and you were able to get that third spot. What was it like out there? It seemed like the track changed with the sun going down. Everybody seemed to get a little bit looser as the lights came on. What did you feel out there?
Yeah, it was setup was kind of loose all night. To me, I started getting a little tighter as the sun was going down, but I had my brake biased a little higher because I just didn't want to go through the old Martinsville stunt that usually happens. Everybody drops the brake bias, and when they go off in the corner carrying a lot of speed, they loop the back end around. So I didn't want to be loose on entry, so I had a little bit more brake in the front to try to help prevent that. And yeah, just I was a little too tight in the center of the corner, but started kind of pumping the throttle a little bit and learning a few tricks to kind of help the truck rotate. But yeah, it was fun battling all night. I had a hard time trying to get around Charlie before the stage 1 was finished, and was luckily able to get around him on a restart right there after the stage, and just drove away top 4. Top 4 drove away there, and got a little distance between us until we had that other caution. But all in all, truck felt good. It was definitely on edge. You had to be disciplined on the throttle. It would step out on you if you went too low and tried to gas it up too early coming off corner exit. So a little different than the last time I drove here, but all in all, for an IRP race, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we saw some passes and stuff, which I thought maybe it'd be tough to see that, but some slide jobs and a little bit of um, maybe liquid courage out of some folks help make it exciting. So, pretty good race here tonight, even with a smaller field. I think the Apex shows why you put on some great racing. It doesn't take much to have a really good race. So, congratulations on a third place finish, and man, it's always who you got to thank.
Yeah, all my teammates at Po-Man Motorsports, Apex, Jimmy over at Apex, everything he does for us. American Grid Apparel Company out of Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to them. All the league sponsors, Po-Man, Low Cash, everybody that shows up week in and week out. We couldn't do it without the drivers. There wouldn't be anything to broadcast if it wasn't for the drivers showing up each week, and appreciate V-Speed for giving high quality broadcasts every Thursday night. So appreciate it.
All right. Well, there you have it. Your third place finisher tonight, Aaron Adcock, is glad to have a finish like that for sure. Well, hey, we're going to call it here tonight. Next week is going to be the big night, as we've got the final race of the regular season, and then we set the playoff grid, and we go playoff racing. Milwaukee Mile, Bristol, Kansas, Talladega. I mean, Milwaukee Mile, they can keep that, but the rest of the schedule going to be crazy. More Martinsville. Why would you put Martinsville in there a second time? But he did it, and that's going to be the cutoff race for the championship. It's going to be wild. So, going to be a great end of the season, I think. Richmond, though, next week going to set the field final. A final group for the, I think it's going to go to round 12. I'm not quite sure. I think it's, I have to get clarification on that, but regardless, going to be setting the field next week. We'll have all that coverage ready to go. But thanks, Jimmy at Apex Sim Racing. Thanks, Bradley, Cooper, and Adam Baker. We will see y'all next week.